Hi everyone, it's Albie. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing a tag video for you today. So if you've noticed, a lot of booktubers have been doing the this or that tag either on Instagram or as a full-fledged video on their channel, and I really wanted to do it. It looked like a lot of fun, and so I thought for today's video I would do that for you. So I have the questions over here on my tablet. And so I'll start off. There's, I believe, 20 questions, and I'm going to try to type them out and put in my description box so that if you would like to do the tag as well, feel free to do it. I don't know if people are like actually tagging people, but Brandy, if you're watching this and you want to do the tag, feel free to. You're tagged by me, Brandy, to do this as well. I think it's just going to be a fun video. So it has 20 questions of this or that for the romance booktube community. So I'll start with number 1, this or that. And that is Cliffhanger or HEA. Ooh, if I'm reading a romance, I want it to be a HEA. I want it to be happily ever after, have that nice tie up at the end. I like when the couples are together. Cliffhangers, to me, I don't really know if they work well for romances, specifically for the romances that I typically read, which are either spicy rom-coms or Regency era, or like historical romances. I don't really know if cliffhangers would work too well for that genre. I know they're trying to do that with Bridgerton, but they're making Bridgerton, the Netflix show, not the books. They're making the Bridgerton show a little more soap opera-y, which that's fine. It's its own thing at this point, which I enjoy both of them. But I like a happily ever after. I like that clean little bow at the end. I don't mind where there's like something lurking in the background with the happy couple. Like I read The Bastard's Betrayal by Katie Robert, and I believe that it did have a happily ever after, but there was also like, it was sort of setting stuff up for the second book, and I don't know if that book series is ever going to get finished right now, so fingers crossed, because I love that book. But yes, I like a happily ever after. The next is hardcover or paperback. I prefer paperback. Hardcovers are just really too heavy. For me personally, I have cerebral palsy, so I don't really have that great of strength in my arms and hands. Well, especially on my right side. But, I don't really want to hold really heavy things to read. It's not really comfortable. And even some paperback books, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to buy those or read those. Like, I was gifted most of the paperback versions of the Outlander books, and I had to return them because I literally couldn't hold them. So I told my mom before, because she got them for me for Christmas, I was like, if they're too heavy, I might have to return them. And she's like, that's fine. So I did end up returning the paperbacks, like the full size, not the mass markets, because those are that's just too small of a print and too wide of a book. So if I do ever decide to read the Outlander books, it will be on my Kindle. But for the most part, I love paperbacks. I think I like that they're lighter weight. I don't crease my books, so that's not really a problem for me, and I just enjoy the lightweight ability that paperbacks give you. Hardcovers are wonderful, but I mean, unless it's like my favorite author and it's a new book coming out and it's coming out in paperback, like a year or whatever before the paperback version comes out, then I will get a hardcover. But for the majority of books, I'm fine with paperback. All right, the next one is Angsty or Cutesy. I definitely prefer Angsty in my romances. I love that like groveling hero. I love the drama. I love drama in romances. That's probably like my favorite element in romances and like romantic movies. I love the dramatic elements to them. I do like some cutesy romances, but I really crave the drama and that tension, and whether that's emotional tension, sexual tension. I love the angst in romances. All right, the next, this one's a little tough. This one is emotional or rom-com. I'm going to go with emotional. So I love the angst. I love that emotional pull that the books can give you. And I typically read more romances that aren't considered rom-com. Like, I do really enjoy historicals, but those aren't necessarily like rom-commy, like I'm thinking of like It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey, or like My Killer Vacation, where it has comedic elements, you know. So I definitely prefer more of an emotional pull. Like, even in was the first one? Yeah, the first one was Neon Gods by Katie Robert. That had a lot of emotional things that were happening, and I really enjoyed that aspect of the story. I liked that Persephone was having to face these challenges and, you know, trying to escape this like hellish world that she was in. So I like emotional. All right, the next question is standalone or series. What's interesting about this question is a lot of romances, even if they're in a series, they're not necessarily connected. They're kind of all like standalones. So like, this is book 2 in the Clandestine Affairs. I'm not sure if it actually is connected to Her Night with the Duke. Sorry for the telephone. But I guess I prefer standalones. I like to read one and done books. I don't mind if it's like a shorter series. Like, I know Hook, Line, and Sinker is the sequel to It Happened One Summer, but they're both sort of standalones, and I prefer books or book series that are written as standalones. So like, I know this technically is a series, but there's like 25 books in it, and I don't know that I'm actually going to read all 25 of them. So I prefer standalones. I don't know, because I just, like I said, I feel like most of the books that I read, even if there are a series, are a standalone in a series. So, maybe I prefer a series. I don't know. That's kind of a difficult question because a lot of the books I read are historical romances. So, like I said, even though it's a series, it's not like Harry Potter or some of that, like, or Hunger Games, where if you skip book 3 and go to book 5, you're going to miss a lot of stuff. They're really not like that. All right, so the next is Booktok or Bookstagram. I definitely prefer Bookstagram. Booktok, I don't know. I interact with a few people on there, but when I'm on TikTok, the app, I don't really watch a lot of Booktok stuff. Like, I follow my friends and I'll like their posts and stuff. But I mean, when you're with your friends and you all follow the same people, and you like sort of a lot of the same stuff, you sort of already know what books you're going to want to read and review, or what books you're like, I don't know about that, or that's a maybe. So for me, as a consumer of entertainment on Booktok, I don't necessarily like watch it for that sort of stuff, because usually I already know what books I want to read or what books I want to get. Like, there are some that I've never heard of, and I'm like, ooh, let me write that down. But I've just seen a lot of like negativity in Book Talk. There was a pretty well-known book talker that was really rude to a YouTuber and just a really big book person that I really like. I just thought they were really rude to her, and like, yeah, I don't know. I don't like drama, and I don't ever get myself involved in drama. I like, not intentionally at least, you know. I don't think that I'd ever do that. But I'm just not into seeing drama with friends, you know. So I definitely like Bookstagram more because it's like Step Back Saturday, and Man Cover Monday, a Man Crush Monday, Book Boyfriend Tuesday, or stuff like that. You know, I like seeing the pictures of step backs and like that stuff. I think the pictures are really pretty, and I do like recommendation videos that they'll do on Booktok, but I like the longer ones like on YouTube. That's why I'm making stuff on YouTube. I like making long, in-depth reviews and ideas and TBRs and all that stuff. So I much prefer Bookstagram over Booktok. Okay, people or objects on cover? People. I want to see people, or aliens. I want to see clinch covers. You know, I love people, so I definitely want to see people on books. New releases or backlists. I'm definitely more drawn to new releases. I think most people are. We live in a very consumer society, so like I literally have like 3 books on my Amazon cart that I could check out at any point and be very happy. One is looks really cute. It's called For Butter or Worse. I just think that's really cute. I love puns, and it's a new author to me, and it looks really cute, and it's been discounted a little from like full price, so I'm like considering it. So I definitely am more drawn to new releases, although I'll buy new books, and I might buy like 3 books at a time. It's bad. And you know, I might have them sit on my shelf. Like, I've bought these. This was from my really big I did a really big haul like in October, I think, and this is part of that haul, and I haven't read it yet, but I'm still very excited to. And to me, this is sort of a new release because it's new to me and it's never been opened. So yeah, I guess I definitely am more drawn to new releases, although backlists are what I typically read because I can't read everything I buy all at once so quickly. So typically, like with my shopping habits, I might buy like 3 or 4 books at a time, and I might read one of those books like right away. Whether I finish my book like that day, I'll start a new one. One of the new books that I'll start after I finish one is one of the brand new books that I get from a haul, and then like the other ones sit around, and I kind of go this and that. So I guess I sort of do a backlist. I do a combination of reading new releases and backlists, because since you can't read everything super new, everything, even a new release, eventually will become a backlist. Because like this, when I bought this was a new release, and now it's technically a backlist because book 3 already came out. So, you know, it's a combination. So I buy new releases and they end up becoming backlists. So, all right. So the next question is a TBR or free-for-all. I'd say like the other question, I do sort of a combination of the two. I do create TBRs for my channel, and I like to stick to that list, but sometimes if one of the books isn't grabbing my attention, it's a free-for-all. Okay, the next one is audiobooks or ebooks or paperbacks. I definitely prefer paperbacks. I love physical copies. I have tinnitus, so I don't necessarily like to listen to books, especially with like earphones. I hate earphones in my ears. I do like to read some things on my Kindle, but I typically like to read more stuff that's more like Kindle exclusive books, or books that are self-published, where if you bought the physical book, it would be like $17 versus like $11. So yeah, I typically like to read paperbacks. Kindle or nah. So I like having my Kindle. I definitely like it for reading and reviewing ARCs, and I like having it for certain books that are like self-published, where it just is a lot more financially responsible to buy the Kindle edition for $3.99 versus, like I said, the paperback, which would be $15 or $17. So I'm definitely a Kindle person, although I prefer to read my paperbacks. Okay, matte or glossy? I prefer a matte finish on my covers. I don't know, this one is glossy here, as you can see, and I just like I guess I like that this is matte, and then like the author's name is glossy and raised. So I guess but I prefer the matte finish. I like matte foundations, and I guess I like matte finishes on my books too. All right, buddy read or fly solo? I like to fly solo. It is fun to buddy read. I do enjoy doing my 1 to 2 book club books a month, so that is fun to see what other people thought of it. But overall, I like to just sort of pick and read what I want to read when I want to read it. So I guess I'm a fly solo, but it is nice to work with others sometimes. All right, small town or dark romance? I would definitely prefer a small town romance. I like that aspect in rom-coms, and I love like Hallmark movies. I do like dark romances, like mafia romances, but some of them are just sort of too dark for me, and there's a lot of them go into like BDSM and, you know, kinky stuff, which I don't really care for. So I guess I would prefer like small town, but make it spicy. All right, new adult or adult? Adult fiction. I read new adult when I was a new adult, and now that I'm 30 and a half, really, I much prefer reading about characters that are like, you know, around my age, etc. So I don't really want to read about someone in high school or college anymore. So definitely adult. Sprint read or marathon read a series. I don't really know what sprint read means. I don't really want to read a whole series from book 1 to book 8. So I guess I'd have to pick sprint read. I'm definitely a person that I like to read the books in order in the series, but like I'll read book 1 of something, and then I'll read like 3 other books, and then I'll pick up book 2. So I sort of do it like that. I don't like to read book 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just read a whole series. Like I know some people love to read, like they'll discover, say Tessa Dare, and I haven't read Tessa Dare yet, so I need to, but they'll read a Tessa Dare book, and then they'll just read everything by Tessa Dare. I couldn't do that. I have authors that are my favorites, but I want to read other stories. I want to read stuff by other storytellers, hear other voices, sort of like in my head, and their approach to emotions and situations. So I definitely like to read stuff by different authors instead of reading everything by one author. You know, I don't really enjoy that. All right, so the next one is an alpha or sweetheart hero. I guess an alpha. I'd rather have an alpha hero. I just like the brooding, jerky, grumpy hero in like the sunshine heroine. I guess because I like, I always think of like fairy tales and stuff. So I guess I really do enjoy the alpha hero, and the heroine just sort of, she might have like her own mind and stuff, but I don't know. I like that the alpha hero is the alpha. So I guess that. All right. Read multiple books at once or one at a time. I definitely prefer one at a time. When I was an English major, I would read like 4 books at a time, and I could do it, but it's a lot of work, and you have to like prioritize what needs to go first. So in my head, I guess I think of it more as like an academic thing, like a stressful thing. So I definitely am a 1 book at a time person, possibly 2, but I prefer to read a book, finish it, start a new book, rather than like have 5 books going at once. I just can't do it. All right, Baddie or damsel in distress heroine. Oh, sorry for that phone. That's a tough one. I guess I would have to go with sorry, a baddie heroine. So I guess I like the alpha male and maybe the bratty heroine. I guess that's what I like. I like women that are strong and independent. So I guess if you're thinking of it in a historical romance category, that would be a baddie. So I guess I like baddie heroines. All right, and the last question is slow burn or Insta-Love. I typically don't like slow burns because a lot of the ones I read are like low on the spice and very, very slow burn. So I'm going to go with Insta-Love. And I would argue that a lot of enemies to lovers romances are probably that hatred comes from a little bit of love. So I think, you know, Insta-Love is definitely more my jam. So yeah, those were all of the this or that questions. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much. I thought it was a fun tag and challenge to do. I hope others find it fun as well. Brandy, don't forget to do this if you would like to. And if anyone else is watching this and would like to do this tag, you are also tagged by me. And let me know in the comments if you have done, if you've seen this, you've done a tag from my recommendation. Let me know and I'll watch your video. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye, everyone.